Another exclusive look preview on exterior and interior, and a lot of information inside on the all-new Skoda Kodiaq, the first SUV from Skoda. Because today we'll also be joined by Bernhard Maier, the Skoda CEO, and by Jozef, the Skoda head of design. So probably one of the most important and most interesting people to talk about this very vehicle. And you've maybe also seen our world premiere coverage, where we also had some other interviews and a lot of details. Check out that video as well if you're interested. And here, let's now start with an exclusive insight with some information you for sure didn't get so far. Just talking about something in the interior, so look forward to that. Let's go. Now we talk to the best man to talk about the design of the Skoda Kodiaq. Jozef is the head of design at Skoda. And we want to know, what are your favorite features, beginning here with the front?
Thank you very much for nice words. I have to say, first, of course, by any kind of car, especially by the Kodiaq, you can see is the proportions, which you can already see from the front, the way how the car is standing on the wheels and the width in the front. It already makes clear that we are looking very robust and very dynamic car. The way how the car is standing, the bonnet pretty high, and always doubled lines gives the car a very strong, sophisticated character. But of course, because it's Skoda, you can immediately recognize the main key elements, like the grille, which is very imposant in the middle of the car, the dome, which nicely hold the emblem, and all the lines are starting simply from that area. These double lines in the grille, these vertical lines, is very typical element for all the Skodas. But by doubling the lines, you get something what the SUVs will have. Of course, the eyes, always we are trying to make something what is maybe a little bit more reminding human eyes, maybe woman eye, something what it make you to look at it, you know, something what really attract with these special lines inside. And so I think this car has many characteristics from the Skoda, but as well has some uniqueness in way of being special. For example, like the lights are divided in two special lights. This bottom one is giving the car even more, let's say, special look.
Let's move on to the side profile.
Okay.
So we got a quite long compact SUV. It's probably one of the longest compact SUVs with about 4.70 meters. But there was a task for you to make it not appear not bulky or not too long at all. How did you manage that?
I mean, this is something what the Skoda is always trying to do. From outside, compact, friendly and elegant, and from inside, surprisingly big. We are standing for the space, therefore for us was very important to have the size. But of course, from the outside, we try to describe the volumes, the whole surfaces and the whole structure of the body, so that the car feels, let's say, robust, but it has this appeal to shine, to looks a little bit more compact. The way how the car is standing on the wheels, on the squarish wheel arches, giving nicely the muscle touch, which is a bit similar, like you already know from the Superb. It's very strong, but it's over covered with one very elegant line, which gives the car nice length. But on the other side, the way how the structure is, I think the car appeal, as we already said, very compact. What is nice about that, we have here 3 rows of the seats, but especially the back area was challenging to give the car enough coupe character without losing the space inside. This was one of the most difficult parts, but I have to say we have excellent not only design team but as well very strong engineering support, and I have to say it was tough, but was simply enjoying.
Such very strong dropping lines. Could you do that in the past, or is that something that you can only do for the more recent years, because this has to be stanced out as well?
Oh, I mean, when I already was saying big compliment to the engineers, I have to say as well that the production in Skoda is excellent. I mean, have a look at the precision of the lines, have a look at the sharpness of the lines. This is something what shows much more than only design. When you look any kind of product like this, you could see, I always say something like mirror of the brand. It shows all of the people which was taking part on it, and I have to say the production is really making all this possible, because they have the passion to make things even sharper, even better. Of course, they somewhere the limit, but I think this is challenging to get even above that.
And now to the rear. And the rear end of the is really my favorite part of the car, because of this crystal work of the rear lights. And it's of course something typically Czech. So you can maybe tell us more about that. What's behind this glass work?
You know, when we are talking about car, of course, car is very important. We are excited about it, but even more is maybe important to see what the car does with emotions by the customers, and if there is even more possibility to make it out of it. For example, we believe that making car is as well a little bit showing not only the let's say the passion of the people which was working on it, but as well a little bit of culture. And when we was talking about the culture, of course, glass plays in Czech a very important role, and we thought what a excellent possibility to maybe put this together. It doesn't sound on the beginning very dynamic, but when you look now through the glass, when you look even the sharpness, what we spoke about, the lines, but then of course when you come to the lights, it gives the car simply something more than only steel on the rubbers. It just it's giving the car somehow a special touch, and I'm glad that this brand like Skoda can give with the car, let's say, even this kind of other emotions. This precision, when you talk about the glass, it's something talking about something clear, is honest, is to the point, and it's something what we believe the brand Skoda is honest, is rational, but as well emotional. S in the life, the rationality, any kind of emotions without rationality is not so good. S as well, rationality without emotion. We are trying to put this together. We believe that the car is not the most important thing for the family or for the people, but it can help to make the life more attractive. And I hope this Kodiaq will do that. I think we did it with passion, and I hope people will see it.
Thanks for this exterior insight. So if we're moving towards the interior, we have already seen on the world premiere. What's this?
It's some little magic. I mean, it's something nice, but of course, it's very simple. But in the end, it solved lots of problems. By opening the car, you get nice door protection, and I have to say this door protector is something what I think many people will appreciate. Especially in cities, you will find these small features like one of them is this one. Lots of these simply clever solutions which make the car even more enjoyable. I think this is something what make the people fun to use it.
And obviously, it also works a couple of times. It's not like it's like broken. We can test it. Looks
you could
pretty.
try it even very quick. It works perfectly.
Looks pretty safe. So also with the Skoda Superb, we've always seen really amazing on the exterior, but on the interior, here again the same scheme. You're not that daring on the interior as you were on the exterior. So this is rather a little bit clean, settled, conservative. Was that also something that you intended, or didn't you have so much room to play with the interior as you had with the exterior?
I mean, first thing what I can say to the interior is really roomy. It's like space what you can enjoy it. What we are always trying to do by Skoda is to give you lots of space with lots of variability, and as well good atmosphere in the car. And I think when you sit here and when you look the car, when you feel the space and you feel all this around, you know, everything what you have, you find immediately intuitive in the right place. I can only say I believe this is exactly what we believe is the right step to do for our customers. The way how the car, let's say, how the instruments are in place, it's showing that we have very, let's say, attractive, modern-looking car with very good materials.
You have a little bit of a retro atmosphere in the gauges.
I mean, of course, this area about in the front of the driver is one of the versions what you could see it in the cars. We will even have soon coming even the full digital displays, and so therefore all this is coming. It is not always just whatever we do is not only depending what we could do, but what we believe is the right thing in the right time for our customer. And we think that this option, what you see now, will definitely will have lots of let's say positive feedbacks by many of our drivers, but some of them which will love more technological will go for the full digital.
That was a really interesting piece of it because people were already asking, you know, for the future, will we also be able to get that for the Kodiaq? Great info. Then already here with the infotainment system in the middle here with a nice proximity sensor as well. So what were buttons here? Fixed buttons so far are now more those capacitive buttons, and that also gave you more room for the design to integrate it.
I mean, you can imagine that this is one of the possibilities. You can see the space and the way how it's integrated now. I think it feels very, very rich. It feels very elegant. But this kind of fixed buttons makes you, let's say, even more easy to move in this moment. You know, you always find your button in the right place. Of course, it doesn't mean that in future cannot come in even in different alternatives. But already what this car can do is something special, and I think for many customers, this all variations, the connectivity, this always on, or as you saw already the map, it gives you lots of freedom and lots of possibilities to enjoy the drive.
SmartLink now also available with the connectivity, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and so. Are you Apple or Android user?
I'm the Apple.
Yeah, I thought so. As a designer, you have to be, of course. Okay. Yeah, but everything else, as you used from your maybe older Skoda model, so you still have everything, as you said, on the right spot, but maybe just a little bit updated.
Yeah, but what we're trying to do is, of course, we decided for certain speed. The speed is not just somehow made. What we're trying to do is we believe to get the speed, to move the brand in speed, which will be followed and will be let's say appreciated from the people what we grow with, you know, with our customers. We are not trying to let's say to escape to other let's say customers. We're trying to take our ones, but of course we're trying to get even the new ones, and we believe this is one of the possibilities. You know, today world is pretty is not always just relaxed. It's sometimes even hectical, and it is sometimes good when you kind of find place where you feel from the first moment fine. You find everything in the right place. You can put your bottles, you can put your stuff in the car. You have a huge luggage compartment. You have lots of possibilities. Simply things what people are appreciating. Even small things like
softened dashboard, for example, not hard plastic.
But this is nothing too special. I mean, we have by Skoda already the time where the all Skodas are already in good quality. You know, this is not anymore the issue of being very special. I think when you enter any kind of car by Skoda, Octavia is excellent example. The way how the cars are made is already the high standard. And I hope I'm not the only one who believe that.
Yes, we also have found it with a very good interior build quality, and also the reports we got from the viewers so far proved that. And great design is not only about the visual part, but also about functionality, and that becomes obviously here in the rear part of the car, because we have several differentiations where we can move the seat.
I can for example, look, when you have, you can move beautifully any kind of position, and this is something what I will say is very typical thing for Skoda. To find these opportunities. To not only like have nice more space, but even the way how you can use the seats. How you can adjust it. This is all. It can give you lots of opportunity, lots of space to play with. Therefore, the driving with this car should be trying to do everything that is really pleasure. Not only in the front, but as well in the back.
Here then to slide it at the same time. Here,
yes,
there is.
Yes.
Then we could get in the rear. Well, it's not really meant for big adults.
I mean, of course, we are not expecting that 7 basketball players are going in one car, but you definitely can go with whole family.
And I'm not sure. There are no ISOFIX fixations on the rear seat. Some viewers told us that could maybe a thing you can still be working on, couldn't it? So that you can, because for the rear seats, a lot of people want to use it for their children, and I think that could maybe be something.
At this moment, we have few opportunities. Might be that you decide in the end somewhere else, but in this moment there is this ISOFIX possibilities in the middle line and in the front. I think, of course, we can think about everything, but in this moment we believe the car is pretty good ready for any kind of test.
So we had to search really long for a small flaw, and finally we found something maybe to address with the facelift.
Okay, we take this with us.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
How you say thank you in Czech?
Ďakujem.
Ďakujem.
Ďakujem. All the best. Thank you very much.
And now Jozef Kabaň has left us, take some more photos with other journalist colleagues, and I want to show you the trunk one more time here. You can hide the cover right here at the lower part, and here you can also fold down the 6th and 7th seat. This way you see you have to move the rear bench a little bit forward that they totally disappear again, like this and like this. Thomas work out here, and there you could see it. And it's really very flexible. So I'm also thinking about, I always want to transport my bicycle, for example. And yeah, Michelle has a better idea. Yeah, let me put that back again. So the cameraman has the better view. Also to the secret buttons here. There it is. So let's look like this. And this is really huge now and very long loading space. And I heard that they are not in this setup where we have the electric seats, but there should also be a manual seat available where you can then flip down this co-driver seat and then also have one of the longest loading areas in the compact SUV segment. So a lot of time you can spend with and in this car for sure. And now we're joined by Skoda CEO Bernhard Maier, and of course we want to know what is your experience with your new SUV so far, because from what we have heard there has been enormous feedback to this SUV, and what you're planning with this car for the whole brand.
You're absolutely right. We presented the concept car, the Skoda Vision S, in Geneva this very year. And the reaction was already very positive. And now we can show how a concept car can become reality. And also what we've heard from journalists and focus groups we have talked to is very promising. So we have already orders on hand, although we have not opened the price system so far. This will be due on October 4th. And we are expecting a full order bank already when we start to bring the car on the markets, and this will start in February next year, beginning with Western Europe and Eastern Europe, and then the rest of the markets will come step by step. So this new Kodiaq will be a game changer for our entire brand. It's not only the latest status of our new expressive emotive design language, but it's also coming into this by far most our fastest growing segment, the A SUV segment. And this is only the spearhead of this SUV campaign, so there's more to come. So yeah, this is a milestone for the future of the company.
We've seen also with the latest models from Skoda that the interior build quality is also really at a very high level, and it's also, you know, a known subject among especially car journalists that they say, is Skoda maybe becoming too good inside the Volkswagen Group? I know you heard that question quite a lot of times, but also customers wonder, shall I maybe go for another brand or shall I just stick with Skoda? What do you say?
Well, I think this discussion from external view is a little bit overestimated. A group with multiple brands can only be as successful as each part of the brand of the group is successful. And with that respect, let me raise another question: can a brand be too good? From my point of view, this cannot be really the case. Yes, we are in a good run. The first half of the year was really successful, the third quarter as well. So we are heading to the probably best financial year in the 121 years old history of the company. This is especially with respect to the matter of fact that we are celebrating our 25th anniversary this year, being together with Volkswagen and Skoda, a very good outlook.
What can you maybe say about the future of this very model? Because, you know, even before buying the first cars, people are already wondering, will there be more engines? Will there be some special editions and so on? So do you see any perspective to develop this model maybe into further smaller steps?
We are already starting with a big variety of engine alternatives, and by the way, this car is also the first car in its segment which is available as a 5-seater and as a 7-seater. And we have developed a derivative which will be available in the Chinese market in around 2.5 years from now on. And also this model is a very attractive one, so a huge number of journalists and also fans of the brand have told us, please bring that derivative also to the European market. And we are heavily investigating how this could be possibly managed.
Do you see the main customers more from inside the brand, or do you really want to have a competition for very new customers, especially with this SUV?
As with all our cars we are bringing into reality, we want to gain, of course, more customers from outside the brand and, more important, outside the group. And this really works perfectly. The good thing at the Skoda is that we have one of the highest brand loyalty rates in the entire automotive industry. In some markets it's more than 60%. So we are gaining year on year more customers, and the cars in use is growing tremendously. Yeah, this car has not the job to attract existing customers only, but also and more customers who are not with our brand so far.
And as a last question, looking into the future, there has been some times where Skoda got some new technologies maybe later inside the corporation. And for example, talking about the GPS systems or maybe about some engine derivatives. What about now as we're heading to connectivity and also sustainability and electrification future? What's at stake for you there?
Well, with the Kodiaq we are really open a new chapter for the brand, because the Kodiaq is the first car which will be always online. So you have all the assistance systems which are currently available on board. At least they are available, and the customer can make it as individual as he wants to do. So it's also possible to have a very customized car with the Skoda Kodiaq as the very first time. And well, this is the future of our brand. Connectivity will be state of the art. And so we will come up with solid solutions.
And hybrid?
Yes, of course, we are in parallel developing the electrification of our entire model lineup. The first plug-in hybrid-driven vehicle will be available in China by the end of 2018, in the rest of the world in 19, and the first purely electric driven vehicle, battery electric driven vehicle, will then come quite shortly afterwards.
Okay, we
So
take
we
your
are
word
on
for it.
track.
Thank you very much.